The galactic salvage auction house orbited a dying red dwarf, its circular structure spinning slowly against the backdrop of stars. Inside, the air reeked of desperation and greed. Amelia stood at the back of the crowded hall, her arms crossed, watching as the auctioneer, a slug-like Ventorian, gestured toward the cages lined up on the platform. Lot 47, the auctioneer announced, his translator device crackling. Defective laborers, mixed species, no warranties, no refunds. The crowd murmured with disinterest. Amelia's jaw tightened as she studied the beings huddled in the reinforced cages. A krill warrior missing 3 of its 6 arms, a synthesis engineer with flickering bioluminescent patterns, indicating neural damage, a young Peltorian whose wings were clipped and scarred, 24 beings total, all deemed worthless by galactic standards. Starting bid, 500 credits for the lot. The auctioneer droned. Silence filled the hall. No one wanted damaged goods. These aliens couldn't work the mines, couldn't serve in military fleets, couldn't perform the functions they'd been bred or engineered for. In the eyes of the Galactic Commerce Guild, they were trash. Amelia raised her hand. 500. The auctioneer's eye stalks swiveled toward her. We have 500 from the human in the back. Any other bids? More silence. The crowd seemed amused that anyone would waste credits on defects. Sold to the human. The Gavalor rather, a resonating crystal dash chimed up. David was waiting by their ship when Amelia returned, guiding a hover platform loaded with cages. His eyebrows shot up as he counted the containers. Amelia, what the hell did you buy? People, she said simply, punching in the code to lower the cargo ramp. Help me get them aboard. David ran a hand through his dark hair, a habit when he was processing something he didn't quite understand. But he'd been Amelia's partner for 3 years through asteroid mining, bounty recovery, and that incident with the space pirates, and he'd learned to trust her instincts. Together, they maneuvered the cages into the cargo hold. Once secured, Amelia began opening them one by one. The aliens cowered at first, confused. Freedom wasn't something defective merchandise usually received. It's okay, Amelia said softly, her translator rendering her words into multiple languages simultaneously. You're safe now. No one's going to hurt you. The krill warrior female named Zix clicked her mandibles suspiciously. Why purchase us? We are broken. Useless. You're not useless, David interjected, kneeling to be at eye level with a small, trembling Quellan child whose scales had lost their color-changing ability. You're just... different. Different isn't defective, Amelia added firmly, and you're all coming with us. Over the following weeks, the ship became something unexpected. A home. Amelia and David didn't treat their passengers like cargo or slaves. They provided food, medical care, and most importantly, dignity. The synthesis engineer Oren was initially despondent about his damaged neural interface, but David, who'd studied Xen, helped him adapt by creating a modified external processor. I never thought I'd process data again, Oren said one evening. His bioluminescent patterns, pulsing with what David had learned, was joy. Humans are good at improvising, David replied with a grin. We've been making do with broken stuff for millennia. The krill warrior, Zix, was perhaps the most skeptical. She'd been a decorated soldier before an explosion took her arms. Now she believed herself dishonored. Worthless. Amelia found her in the cargo bay one night, staring out the viewport at the stars. Can't sleep? Amelia asked. I dream of battle, Zix clicked softly. Of what I was, what I can never be again. Amelia sat beside her. Back on Earth, we had a saying, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. But I cannot fight. I cannot serve, says who? Amelia pulled out a datapad, displaying David and I have been working on something. Prosthetics. Adaptive ones. They won't be exactly like your original arms, but they'll be yours. And they'll let you do whatever you want to do. Zix's remaining eyes widened. You would do this for me. For all of you, Amelia said, because you deserve a chance. 3 months later, the ship docked at New Horizons Station, a human-operated outpost on the edge of civilized space. Amelia and David had put out word through their contacts. They were looking for work opportunities for a very special crew. The response had been overwhelming. Mining Corporation needed engineers who could think creatively. Oren's modified processing actually gave him an edge in problems that standard synthesis couldn't match. A agricultural colony wanted Quellan workers who understood plant biology, regardless of color-changing ability. A security firm specifically sought krill warriors with combat experience, prosthetics and all. As Amelia watched her crew, her family now prepared to depart for their new lives, The young Peltorian with clipped wings approached her shyly. "Captain Amelia," she whispered, "I want to stay with you and David. Learn to fly ships instead of flying myself." Amelia felt her throat tighten. "You sure?" "I am certain. You showed me that losing one ability means discovering another." David joined them, slinging an arm around Amelia's shoulders. "Looks like we've got ourselves a pilot in training." Zix approached next, her new prosthetic arms flexing experimentally. The human-designed limbs were sleeker, more versatile than her originals had been. "I, too, remain. Your crew is small for the enemies you will make." "Enemies?" David asked. "The Galactic Commerce Guild will not appreciate what you have done." Zix clicked with what might have been amusement. "Proving defects can thrive undermines their entire economic model." Amelia laughed a sharp, defiant sound. "Let them come. Humans have never been good at following other people's rules anyway." As their ship departed New Horizon Station, now with a permanent crew of 5 defective beings who'd found purpose, Amelia stood on the bridge and smiled. The galaxy considered these aliens broken, worthless, disposable, but Amelia had learned something long ago, something that humanity had proven time and again throughout its history. The most dangerous beings in the universe weren't the strongest, or the fastest, or the most perfectly designed. They were the ones who refused to stay down, the ones who adapted, improvised, and overcame, the defective ones who discovered that their flaws were actually their greatest strengths. And now, Amelia thought as she set course for the next auction house, she was going to make sure the galaxy learned that lesson to one worthless alien at a time.